Hello, I'm Chloe, and this is my second video, and I made my first one a while ago. So if you feel so inclined to watch it, please click my main blog and click the little button that takes you to my YouTube channel. It was mostly just me being awkward and introducing myself, so I suggest you just continue watching this one. This video is primarily about leaving for BMT / 0 week. Because guess what? That just happened to Tim this week. Okay, so basically, Tim officially flew out, and went off to San Antonio this Tuesday, and I'm so excited. Like many people, at first I was sad. But you have to understand, Tim and I have been in a long-distance relationship for a good while now. I only see him once or twice a month, which compared to some people, that's really lucky. So it's not that bad. When I did go home to visit him this weekend, though, and say my official in-person goodbye, I cried like a small girl. But that's normal, and this week I'm very positive and just embracing the whole situation, as you should, because if your boyfriend, girlfriend, fiance, significant other, dad, mom, if they're going into the Air Force, that's awesome. That is such an awesome opportunity for their future, and for your future in a relationship, that's awesome too. You guys have so much potential to do good things, and be excited for that person, because they're doing something great with their lives. And you can do great things with your lives while you're here and not in boot camp. So work on that. But anyways, let's see. Monday, Tim ran all over town getting his last minute things pulled together. He saw his recruiter for the last time, and then he eventually made his way to the hotel downtown closer to the airport, and that's where he stayed for the night. I know they had some big meetings while they were there that night. He was staying with people who were going into all different branches of the military, and then the next morning, Tuesday, he woke up at 4 a.m., which is really early, and he probably should have tried to sleep in a little later. But then that morning, he ran around and did his MEPS, and just got everything else in order, got sworn in active duty, awesome, because he was healthy and allowed to do it. Then he headed on over to the airport and flew off to boot camp. Oh my goodness, what's happening? So basically, what's happening is he's there during 0 week right now. And I get to tell you about 0 week because I have the school book. I promise I'm not a psycho and did not buy this for myself, because that would be weird. If you want to buy it for yourself, though, I will not judge, because it's super informative. This is the Ultimate Air Force Training Guidebook by Senior Airman Nicholas Van Wormer. And I actually am kind of glad Tim gave this to me. It was a Christmas present for him. He read it to prepare for boot camp. It actually, the process it goes through, it has an intro, it talks about the ASVAB, it talks about different branches and contacting a recruiter, preparing yourself for your ASVAB, all about your recruiter, getting ready for boot camp, and then it talks about boot camp week by week and what you're going to be doing. So I have a little bit of an idea what Tim's doing. Granted, obviously, we don't always communicate because you can't do that while they're in boot camp. So I've been trying to write him letters. I should get his address soon, but until then I'm trying to smash them all together on one sheet of paper, because I don't want to be that creepy girlfriend who sends like 7 envelopes the first chance she gets, because I don't want him to be made fun of, because that would be bad. So I'm trying. I'm trying to leave the mushiness to a minimum. So let's consult the book. The beginning of 0 week, they basically have to ride out on a bus to the base. That's their new home. They have to dump out their bags in front of everyone. Hopefully they only packed what was on the list their recruiter gave them. If they didn't, I know they can buy stuff on base that they forgot to get. They get to eat in the dining hall for the first time. They get their haircuts. They get fitted for their first clothing, like some of their different uniforms. They get shots. They get drug tested. They have a fitness test. So all this stuff is what's going on during 0 week, which is 3 to 4 days. Boot camp is technically 8.5 weeks. 0 week, that's just getting processed in mostly, it sounds like. So there's a really quick basic rundown of what is going on if your significant other is in 0 week, like mine. Other fun things to mention. I actually did get to speak to Tim on the phone yesterday, Thursday, which was very abnormal. I feel like that does not happen to people a lot. All day Tuesday in between flights, while he was on layovers and everything, I was really fortunate and able to talk to him a lot. So that was super awesome to have that contact with him up until he was in the air on his way to San Antonio. At that point his phone died. Never knew if he officially made it there, but now I know because I actually got to talk to him on Thursday. Thursday he got his phone back from his MTI because all the guys in their flight had to get some basic information about old schools, old jobs they had, just, I guess, background information that they wanted on file. So Tim was calling home to get that information from his mom. He had 15 minutes, remember? But his mom didn't pick up. So he called me for a nanosecond just to say, hey, I'm officially bald and I have my first uniform and things kind of suck here because boot camp is really hard, but I'm keeping a positive attitude. So it was good to talk to him because he's my same old Tim still, and I'm proud of him because going in with an attitude saying I'm going to get the most out of this experience I can, I think that's the best thing you can do in any situation. So he's keeping his head up. He's friends with some of the guys that are in his flight because he got to know them on the way there. They were in his squadron when he checked in at the hotel. I don't know how often that happens, but good. He likes them. I'm so happy for him. So I did get to talk to him. I feel like normally that doesn't happen to girlies because they're probably trying to call their moms like Tim was trying to do. And he did hang up with me to call her again, but it was awesome. I was actually at the movie theaters with my friend, but you bet your buns I ran out of that movie theater to answer that call because I was like, ah, phone call from Tim, what the heck? So hopefully I'll get the address soon though from his mom because Wednesday they sent out a postcard to her, according to Tim, with his mailing address on it, and once she gets it, I really hope she calls me and tells it to me. If not, I'll have to be really annoying and get it from her. So yeah, that's a really quick rundown of what's been going on. The best thing you can do is stay positive when you're away from someone. And I understand that that can be really hard when you're first adjusting to things because I had an adjustment period a long time ago when I was dealing with a ton of crazy things. Last year, I went through a situation where I literally had no contact with Tim for 3 whole months, and I didn't know when I was going to see him again. And I couldn't write, and I couldn't call, I couldn't video chat. It was really weird, and I can't even begin to explain to you what the situation was. But basically, it sucked. So I understand adjusting sucks. And from that experience, I got really depressed. I cried a lot, and trust me, don't do that. Don't do that to yourself. It will not help you in the long run. You have to remember that it sucks to be away from your loved ones, but they're at BMT. They're doing something really great with their lives, okay? They are safe. They're getting really strong. They're getting military smart. They're learning what they need to do to move forward with their future. And with them moving forward in their future, hopefully you get to go with them. So the best thing you can do is while they're over there making the best of them, you stay here. You hang out at school. You hang out with your friends and your family. Pick up a new hobby. Stay busy. Keep occupied. This week I was so occupied because I had midterms on midterms on midterms and papers, and it was stressful. But staying busy is good. So stay busy, keep occupied, and do something to remind yourself to be positive. That's literally the best thing you can do. Best advice I can give. So if you are down in the dumps and need a little uplifting, I'm here for you. Because we are newbies to this. At least I am, and you're probably making fun of me because you're probably not. You're gonna look at this girl whose boyfriend's just leaving and she's making a video. Hopefully it'll help someone. So, yep, you'll hear from me again sometime within the week, and I'll talk to you about week 1 of boot camp, from what I hear in my book, and if I hear from Tim again, which I doubt. But yeah, enjoy your evening, you guys, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask.